Okay, I think we're live. We are streaming. Okay, let's not just waste time, just let's get started. Mhm. Uh, just BNV Australia. Yes, yes, yes. And Tmax. Great. So many things on the screen. And mm-hmm. Let's pull up Piazzi. Right. Turning off work mode. Mm-hmm. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. There was something called the readme. Yep. So the readme there was to do check the detections to see if it is any of the coordinates. Detections where? Only have the coordinates of the entire face image. I know, I know. In the emotion detection. But this is not what I want to do. Why do we have uh, models, YOLO, and model, right? Yeah, that should be. Which one are we using? For example, if I did my testing in the R&D file, and this also here, and as well as I think in the yeah, there's two of these. Which one do I want? That's the question. So let's start R&D and let's go to the end of the line. It is using this in here, which is a pose model. Again, using here the pose n model. In any way, is it using something else? This one, this one, this one, this one, and not really. No, it's weird. That is really weird. Isn't it? Ah, no, it's just capital N. Uh-huh. Interesting. Uh, okay. Yeah, I know what to do. Seen enough. Go to the top and the main, and this is the move. Wow, my uh, how do I move it? Let's copy it then. Go inside, paste this model, and we do not want this. So that's and yes, yeah, that's that. Bitte Linux security. Sorry, just heard a vibration. Not sure where it's coming from. Anyways. I think what I need to do is to get the README to open and add a few to do so that I understand what to do in the next time. But I know what I'm going to do next. So I'm written it down to count the body language, count the head tilts, and then send it to the MongoDB. Cool. Cool. And I also have to test these out. Detect poses, that's fine. Detect poses and keywords. The head tilts and labels are actually given here. Detect the bounding boxes. Detect the poses. Okay, it's here. Uh, hmm. Poses in cameras, pose generators, which was given to this is only looped once. And we get the key points in poses and key points in uh-huh. That's just for every pose generators. This describes all of the poses. Uh-huh. Yeah. LBS is not access, but also the head tilt on also exists, which is different. Okay, cool. Cool. What I'm going to do now is to actually count. It sends everything on for a specific one, yeah. For a specific camera, it sends all of the labels and the head tilts which are detected in an array. Uh-huh. For each of the okay, so it is working in each of the frames. Yes. Camera stuff here. does have camera frames. Oh, I did not turn on my keycaster. Yeah, right. Cool, 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 cool. All right. There should be camera frames. Beginning of the word, I camera interest. Yeah, VI word copy. Go to line number 6J, VIB, and paste. Camera frames. Yeah. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Right. So to do was count the make stop counting. Stop counter for the body language and the head tilt. Head tilt. Send it a good way. And what to do about the MongoDB is I need to copy this is the model architecture. That file has the model architecture, and this file is the detection here. It's the emotion detection, and that's the body language detection. Hmm. Ah. So what I need to do is create a function like this, which is the end session if face is not detected. This is the kind of function that I need to do. But I'm not sure how, because firstly, the face is actually, we count the face which was being detected by actually having embedding models, which actually keeps a track of the same face across the screen. But it's not the same as in the YOLO model. What I need to understand is how do I solve this problem? Uh, mm, because the key points and the bounding boxes. Certain IDs are not actually produced. Because if a person enters the frame, they are detected by the pose model. But is it, ouch, is it actually used by the, is detected by the pose model? But I need an ID which can track it. It makes it a bit hard. Let's go and research it a bit. Just researched it a bit. Let's go to YOLO V5. It's not actually 12, but let's go here and Ultralytics. I don't need plans, but I need the GitHub page. It's very popular. Ultralytics. YOLO V, YOLO pose GitHub. Ultralytics. This has the pose in it. Yeah, but what I need is if it's returning specific things, I need it uh results to train. Yeah, that got it. Yeah. Hmm. Pose. Ultralytics models YOLO, then there should be detect, and it gets the predict. Should be the bigger file. Base predictor results. Post process. I don't need post process. Get config feeds. Construct results. Stuff arrays. Objects from the hmm. For each image. So it takes in the image, the original image, and the preds. It's not ideal. Construct image. Okay. what I'm actually searching for is just results here. The foreign language classifier is the S one, the chaplet loads, and the post model, which is post model. Okay, here YOLO. Okay, cool. Get. It's not get. Okay, fine. Just get directly R. Go to definition. Go to implementation. Rename references. Type definition. Let's go to type definition. Okay, this is which brings me to the actual thing that I'm using, right? Yeah. Save changes in the yes. To open it, I need to harpoon this. So let's just space on the file, space a quick menu to understand. Three. Yeah, three. Okay, cool. So you go to blah 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 the 34J. You go to find Y. Okay, cool. This to go to the type definition, which will bring you to back to here. Okay, so this is the YOLO model, which takes in a model. Uh, Open the file 3. I just pass in the model. Cool. Uh, what do we do? Capital T. I'm not sure what the capital J does. There's a bunch of errors now. Okay, it's this is the initialization, which will take in the path, task the optional, which is okay. The task task map. Post trainer, post validator, post okay, app. GR for reference. Oh, what did I do? It's just GR. Why does it have this? Just GR. Oh yeah, the GR GR Tush, 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 tush. 21J GR. So I'm setting in the frame. Class has been defined. So after the class has been defined, I just sent the frame. What would Mhm. This is hard to understand if it's returning anything. Uh, huh. Hmm. Let's type something. Does YOLO from Ultralytics give you back uh detection ID? Detection ID. Send. Constraint ID, for example, in a video you need to use an object tracking algorithm, sort, div sort. Uh-huh. It does not provide ID. That's what it says. Let's ask Copilot here then. Ultralytics, let's go here. Yeah. Does YOLO provide ID for the detections in full estimation? How does it track the detections? Video. Hmm. Does provide unique IDs. Okay. In track mode, pose estimation pose, for example, supports tracking when running on a video on stream. The tracker will assign unique ID to each detection functional, enabling you to okay how the tracking works. Uh, I am feeding each frame. I'm feeding each frame into the pose model. The YOLO. I am getting the detections. How I access the ID, or does it only provide for the video stream? Video input. Model.predict. No, it's not model.predict. You'll get detection for that frame, but you'll not generate persistent IDs. Each frame is processed independently. Model can associate detection across frame. Tracking only provided when you use the tracking mode. Tracking mode only for tracking mode. Use the tracking mode. The changes a bit. Do I now have to make it independent? The one thing is that I can use tracking mode, which makes my life a bit easier. But I am using the getting the frames Frames are being used twice. Video stream is being used twice, which is twice the compute power required. Or what I can do is ditch the face detection model, get the coordinates from the YOLO, send in the get the face coordinates from the YOLO, send in the face that way that way the face is detected. I don't need a separate face detection model which actually reduces the entirety. So uh line. Well, yeah. So what to do is you got the video and you've got the frames. No, I don't separate out the frames. That's the important thing. It goes into the YOLO model. So it goes streaming the results, streaming the oops, results. Yeah, it goes to the video, to the YOLO model, it streams the results. And while streaming, I get two results, which is the face. What am I writing? The face key points and the pose key points. The face goes to the emotion model. Oops. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not said. So that goes to the emotion model. And this goes to the body language model, body SVM, support vector machine, which I've trained. And yeah, and this is the detections. Both detections are actually sent to the I can draw a database. Touche, touche. That's one, there's two, and another one. Shoot. MongoDB. That's actually a good idea. Then I do not need the detection. Then I do not need to track it. I'll keep it for the optimization when it requires the optimization, because I need to reiterate this. But what I will do is take a picture and save it. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. If you must process individual frames in a loop and want data, you need to collect frames in a sequence and feed them into model track together, or use an external tracking library like byte track detection to try and Hmm. Tracking is not important. So I will count it for if person is in the frame. I'll put them to a dictionary with their start time when they entered the frame. If no person is detected after a certain time, for example, a second later, then an end time is actually sent, and an end time is sent to the dictionary. The detected body language gets sent into the MongoDB with the starting and the ending time for the duration. Uh, and that dictionary gets cleared up. If there are multiple people coming to the frame, then there's multiple indexes into the, like, multiple items in the dictionary will be added. When a person is not seen for a specific time, for example, 2 seconds, um, no, it doesn't have to be a specific person which is not seen, but any like, oh, I'm dealing with number of persons here, for example. So if I have like one person in the frame and that person is in the frame for I need to roughly make it so. Okay, so what am I doing here? Let's go to here and let's go to the README. Mhm. And I will have to do a rough uh, ideas, yeah, whatever. So rough edge cases. Mm-hmm. Rough edge cases for what? For body language model count. Okay. So the first edge case is one person enters the frame and stays in the frame for 10 seconds. And then leaves the frame. This is one. I need to have no. Oopsie. What the hell am I doing? Place with dot and oh. Uh-huh. Need to do something. Hmm. Listen. Let's let's understand the problem. Let's understand, like, let's deal with one edge cases at a time. Then we'll be able to understand what logic we have to implement. That's it. If one person enters the frame and then stays in the frame for 10 seconds and then leaves the frame, the idea what we should be doing is to add the pose of the person of pose of the person to a dict with the start time when the person enters. Uh-huh. And the pose of at the pose of the person to the dict. Okay. After 5 seconds is the rule, maybe 5 seconds. If the person is still in the frame at the should be counted in 5 second intervals. Okay. If the person as but if that's not needed if the person is still in the frame, because in this test case the person is in the frame for 10 seconds. So after 5 seconds, the cumulative count of the body language detection is sent to MongoDB with the duration of 5 seconds. 5 seconds, yeah. The start time is reset to the current time. Yeah. After another 5 seconds, when the person leaves, the okay, let's make it here 9 seconds. Yeah. So delete this line. Copy and this line as well. Okay. Uh-huh. As the person leaves the frame after 4 more seconds, the cumulative count of the body language detection is the duration of 4 seconds. And the and the and the buff the item is removed from the dictionary. Yes, that's it. This is what we want for one person. Yeah. Not before 9 seconds. Uh, frame, stay in the frame. One leaves after 6 seconds. Another there after 8 seconds, for example. At the at two items in the dict with the starting time. Person enters. Yeah. So as the first person leaves after like 6 seconds, after 5 seconds, it should be after 5 seconds. The usual data is sent to the MongoDB for both person persons and the times are reset. But what happens if they enter in a different time? Which time should be reset? For example, a person one enters, and then a second later person two enters, and person two enters. So the first when the person one enters, uh, when person one enters, there's a starting time in the dictionary. When person two enters after 1 second, there's a starting time in the dictionary. Uh, the starting time in the dictionary. So when person one leaves, which item should be removed from the dictionary? Or if person two leaves, how would we know if the item number one or item number two should be removed from the dictionary? That's where the tracking and the IDing comes from, which I do not want to do. There should be an ID. There should be an ID. Come on now. Well, process what I'm doing is will get the job done, but it will have some mistakes. Uh-huh. Because if we are dealing with uh, so if we are dealing with more people, then there will always be. Does it really matter? Because when we are actually sending uh 5 second intervals of everything, doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter because if we have two persons, if we have like let's keep it simple. If we have two persons and they both stayed like together in the frame, then there will be like two per 5 seconds. There will be like two of them being like two data which is being sent to the MongoDB. It doesn't matter who leaves and who stays because we're not actually IDing the person. We don't want to recognize the person because of the privacy thing. No one wants to be ID'd and recognized and saved into a database. We just have to have the analytics of how many people did a specific thing. Just a count, nothing fancy. So if person one does leave and person two becomes the person one in that case, if person one leaves person two, so the ID remains the same because the program will understand that there's only one person. Maybe person in reality the person one leaves, and that ID of the person, sorry, the index of the first person is given to the second person now because it's detecting the just one person, the second person, and the programmer understand that the second person left, and it doesn't matter because it's resetting the start time. It's always resetting the start time. uh yes, it is always resetting the start time. If a specific person leaves before the 5 minutes, really matter. One is entering at 0, leaves after 6. let's test one data packet for 5 seconds, another data packet for 1 second, another is for 8 seconds. That's one data packet. Yeah. Does okay. Okay. Let's make it work, and then we'll figure out the entire logic later. We'll figure out the entire logic later. But now what I plan to do is just write count for 5 seconds. There should be a person count, and just count it for 5 seconds and then just send it. That's what I want to do. That's it. I want to count for the 5 seconds. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, let's do that. So there is a person ID, which of course I do not want. There's a camera ID. Oh, there is also camera ID. What dumped? Uh-huh. Okay, let's do this then. So it's just self dot person's dict. It's not actually ID, so I'm labeling it as ID. But what should be done is it should be for one camera ID, yes. It should be for each camera ID, yes. It should be for each camera ID. It's crazy. It processes data for each processing camera. I'm not sending camera IDs yet. Well, now the camera ID is not actually being used. Camera ID. Yeah. Camera. Again, camera underscore ID. So it is taking in here, which is not being used at all. It's not actually used at all. J. Camera ID. So it takes in camera ID, which camera ID. Yeah. Says exactly. So the number of camera IDs is important because that's the number of poses in camera objects that we'll be getting. And I need to make a function which actually counts the number of seconds, which is 5 in this case. Uh, So if it is firstly, it's added. A person is added to a dictionary with their starting time. It has the embeddings, the motion count, the starting time, the last scene. I don't need the last scene. I need the starting time and the motion, the body language count in this regard. So, so. For each of the camera poses in here, for each of the cameras, so let's deal with just one camera, because if we're dealing with one camera, this loop is going to go in once. So just deal with one camera. So in one camera, it doesn't matter how many people we are actually detecting. Okay, the labels are actually uh the labels uh, are actual labels, which is labels are actual strings. So this 1, 2, and 3. So what I need to do is uh, sure. Okay. For each of the hits, why do I keep calling it hits? The head tilts and the labels, which are detected. These are arrays, and these arrays should be for each of them detected. For each of them detected, there should be the camera IDs are sent via. Hmm, hmm, hmm. So let's write with I comma post generators in Word enumerate. This one go to the end. I close it down. Yeah, it's going to give me the I, and I have no access. I know. Uh-huh. Yeah. So for camera ID, okay. Uh, person state for camera ID, okay. Self.person state the camera ID is I. Yeah, that makes sense. Ah. Just crazy. So if it adds the number of persons, number of bounding boxes which are being detected as persons. This is crazy. For length of key points in poses. No, that's what I want to do. However, what I do. Oh no. Do better. Okay. Capital B. That deletes everything. Okay. Okay. Self dot persons dot id dot j. What ing? No. Okay, where did I come? It's just j is the yes, and that should be no, not the camera ID because the camera ID is being da, 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 da. Mm. Now, no, I am good. That should be I because I'm dealing with each of the camera IDs, and then I don't need the ID because I'm just adding a person. So let's start with the start time, and there's no end time. It's just this depends on how many persons is being detected now. Start time ht count. Yeah. That's it. Actually, that is it. This just closing it up. Okay, so that is how expected parameter name. No, why does it? What's the problem? Expected parameter name. It is being detected. Camera IDs. Yeah. What's the problem? Mm-hmm. Okay, this must be a bug, which is just showing me the LSP bug. Okay, so if it is just no, this is a stupid argument. This is a stupid way to code. I would have a list where I will append and get out. Append and pop, append and pop. Yeah, exactly. 31K for each of the camera ID. That should be this one. Oh, yeah, yeah. This should be a list. Yeah. Mm. And you should append the dictionary. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Oh no. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. Let's start with dot pend. No, I don't want. No, 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 no. No. What I do want is append the entirety Uh, and the entirety of this. Yeah. So if there are like three persons in there, this will be appended three times. That's it. That's it. It's just pending uh three times. I will of course improve it optimization wise, but it's just pending it three times. And then I have an empty dictionary for just pending it for one specific frame. This logic is tough. This logic is very tough. Yeah, for a specific camera ID. No, there's a better way to do this. Let's go up here, delete everything here. I'll go up. Okay. I don't care if the length of head tilts because the length of head tilts will be the same length as the length of the poses, the bounding boxes, or the key points in this regard. What I want to do is to sell thought. Where did the J come from? I want to do a what is called the list comprehensions. Yes, the list comprehension here. I forgot how to specify. Yeah. And then camera. Let's see. Oh, what? No, it's not that particularly. I'm changing. This is a. I'm accessing a list, and this list should be. List should be. Because that's a list. Yeah, that is a list. Ah, this is crazy. update person's dictionary. I'm stuck because I want to do list comprehensions. Why? Let's just write the worst code possible and see if it works, right? That should be the way to go. For K in hit tilt. Add this to the camera. K in hit. K in enumerate. No, 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 sorry. Range, length, hit tilt. Yeah, then I get the yeah, then I get the indexes. Yeah, then I get the indexes. Once I have the indexes, I should have if the, for example, if for 3% the first index is 0, 1, and 2. So the self dot person's dictionary, this hit tilt count, right? Why the J? Why the J? That's the main question. Why the J? So J, yes, replace it with K. The Kth and its head count should be right. Yeah, 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 genau. Genau. That's the same. Self camera ID. This is a bit complicated because okay. What was not close to normal? Yeah, this is not close to normal. I am this. Yeah. Okay, so what I need to fix is the end of labels. This 26J and word GR. Okay, so it's just GR. Really? GR action code? GR declaration? It's not used. Ah. Hmm. So the labels are appended according to the number. So it's 0, 1, and 2. So when we have that, the labels count, that specific one is going to be increased by 1. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, the worst code ever, but logically it seems fine. It can very well be optimized. I don't like the double loops. Now the double loop is actually 2 loops. One like loop running above and another one running below for the same thing again and again, and again running 3 times, which I don't want. Should be optimized. Yeah. Okay, so dealing with one frame. So dealing with one frame. So one frame comes, there's like 3 persons in it, 3 for it's appended for 3, and in each frame it will get appended and appended. Need to find a better logic. Let's go into Zen mode. That will be again and again, that will increase, but I should okay, here it is detected. Stop for 2 seconds. No, it's not going to that route. So if it detects 3 people, 3 of them is 3 instances of that dictionary. So the 3 items are created in that dictionary. 3 lists. Yeah, 3 items in the list is created. So in the next frame, when the same 3 persons is detected, 3 more will be created according to this code. According to this code, 3 more will be created. What can I do about that? I could apply an if statement to check if how many are already in it, and then if it is less, do something. If it's more, do something. If like how many of the persons are already in the persons list, persons dictionary, how many people are there. I can check it. If it's the same, don't do anything, don't add it, don't subtract it. But if it is, the more is being detected, Then the one more is being detected, so you'd start from the last. If less is detected, so that there should be like three different logic. If it's the same, don't do anything. If it's more, and if it's less. That's it. Hmm. Not the best way to do this. And I didn't even start counting for it. For example, what I meant is if length of key points in poses is equal to length of self self the person.state.id. Yeah. If it's equal, don't do anything. Yeah, continue. Just continue. Command continue. Detections keep processing. Yeah. Yeah. We need to update the, yeah. So if the numbers gives us actually more, then new percentage, we need to add them in the person days, date. Yeah. Point range. No. Should be done is starting from the last index, going to the yeah, from the last index towards next, and starting from the going backwards. Yeah, starting from the last index going backwards. Aha. Okay. What am I pressing? So let's go here. Let's just delete everything. Oops. Yeah. New person is detected. We need to remove them from the less. If it's less, Remove them from the dictionary. Starting from I think just post data method. Let's ask an AI to fix this. That it says that the self star drop pa 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 pa. Complete the code in the process post data method. Number new is length of key points minus self dot. Okay, that's the new number. The number which should be added. Mhm. For dashing range, loop through number new. Yeah, loop through number new. Yeah, actually doesn't matter. Fourth, so this is self dot. Yeah, genau. Okay, yeah, now it makes sense. Now it does make sense. Let's just solve this part. What should be done is num new. Can I not just copy it? Just this vim options are a bit difficult, but I think I'll be able to do it. Let's just copy this part. So this B J and more. Yank it and something new line. Okay. If I paste it, what? It's destruction. Not that what I was, not that which I had in mind. In any case, let's start num new equals let the key points on this camera IDs. For in self-detection insert. What is there insert? Insert rather. Just an append function. Find to I. Find I. Word. Beginning of the word and then I word. Mm, uh, Append. Y the zero. You know, just append it. Just append it. Yes. Okay. So if it is less, however, delete this line, go up and num left. No, why? Come on. To do something about it. Okay, let's start with self dot persons dict can ID persons dict ID, close it, close it. Yeah, exactly. Why is there an if it is same, then I can check it. No. That code. This is 12K. The starting, then it should be LF. Oh, yeah. If this is continue, else if this is the case to this, that's the case to that. Very bad way to code, honestly. So what you did learn, everyone, is that how not to code. But the logic is working. It's completely not optimized at all, at all, at all. I do not want that. Send data and remove them. That should be the way to go. Send data and remove the extra from the person text. Yeah. That should be self dot client send data. Just have it like this and just not access, of course. A space to do. There's nothing called send data. Yeah. 30K. Write the send data function. For the body language and head to plus. And okay, that is it for today. So maybe next week on Monday, I'll be back. bit more. And the chat seems very quiet today. Uh, Hope you have liked it. And yeah, on Monday I will bring you the continuation. I will work on it on Monday, which where I will be doing the hetel function, sorry, the send data function, and maybe how I will see how to optimize the code. So till Monday it is then. So yeah, good night everyone, and like see you on Monday. Ciao.